Hello, I've lost 180 pounds on a meat-focused diet. My weight creeps up from time to time, and right now I'm in the middle of a carnivore-ish reset. All right, let's see how we're doing this week, if it's any better. So I just looked, it was 169.6 last Sunday. 166.4, now that's looking better. The lowest my weights have been was 158. So that's what I want to get back to. 166.4. All right. So it seems like tracking macros is the way to go for me. That's what I did in the past and it's what I'm doing now. I got a sweet boy on my lap. He don't feel good, guys. His eye, it's been draining. When his allergies get rough, so I got some Zyrtec in his system. Poor little feller. He just got a gooey eye. He can't help it. He's had it for, so funny, like I guess it started, not funny, but it started I guess like maybe Wednesday, Thursday I started noticing it. And it just happens sometimes. His allergies get the best of him. Lou has just constant allergies. This one just has, I guess, seasonal allergies. I don't know. He's like his mama. But anyway, so he got it. He's been having it since, I don't know, I think maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. And then I was off Thursday. And, but anyway, so I noticed it at the beginning of the week. And then mine started after I painted. So I don't know, this what I've got right now, it's one of two things, just because the weather is changing and it's raining today, which I do get. My sinuses are not, I always call them allergies, but it just makes more sense whenever I say that. Mine's actually sinus issues, and mine is based on the barometric pressure. That was a conversation I had with my allergist. She said, what gets me isn't allergies, it's more of a barometric pressure change. Anyway, but I am allergic to latex. And so what kind of paint was I using the other day? Latex paint. So I don't know, either it was huffing that paint. I jokingly said that, but maybe it really was huffing that paint in that little room, or it's just outside. I never know. But anyway, I got a sweet little boy on my lap. Boop, I touched his little tongue. I love when he just sticks that little tongue hangs out. Yeah, get that little tongue. I go get it. He's a sweet boy when he wants to be. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. It's 6:50, and I'm not going to church today. So anyway, but yay, did you see that scale was down? So that's why I came to talk to you. Came to talk to you about the scale, but got distracted. Squirrel. So yeah, go Terri, down 3-ish pounds. I hope I wrote that down. I'll write it down so that way I can keep a record of it. But so guys, for me, maybe it's not as much about whether I'm keto or carnivore, but because I lost my weight tracking. So maybe for me, it's more about just tracking and eating clean foods. I wouldn't try this by eating the things that a lot of us can't eat. A lot of my trigger foods, I wouldn't try this by doing that. Eating candy bars and ding dongs and all that. But anyway, so this kind of goes along with the video that's going to come out Friday. Tracking is very important, guys, if you're in weight loss mode. Now, if you're just starting out mode and you're just learning how to cook whole foods, you're good. But if you're in weight loss mode, tracking is the key. Okay, bye. So whenever I started, after I lost my weight, and then I was kind of working my way, I was trying to figure out how to reach a maintenance level with my calories and tracking. And so at that time, I was doing some research on how does somebody go about, adding food back. At the time I was talking to Kim Howerton, and her suggestion was adding back fat. And when I say talking to her, I mean I would attend her live videos and ask her questions. I didn't join her group. I could have and should have, because of all the groups, if there was one group that I would want to pay for and join, to me, she seems the least, hey, look at me. Hey, I'm over here doing, bigger, better, best. She seems the least person that's out for money. So many people online I see that that have programs that so much of their stuff is based on money, and that's okay. That's what they make their job, and that's fine. But for me, in my opinion, I feel like if I was going to pay to have somebody guide me to lose weight, she would be the one I would do, because she's not anti this and anti that, and she's like, she would use flowers and stuff to make foods. So she was not, like, oh, you gotta be carnivore, or oh, you gotta be ketovore. She seemed very open to things and not one track minded. But anyways, that's beside the point. That was just a little plug, because I learned a lot from watching her live videos, and she was not just one topic, one food, and she's done a lot of research. And this wasn't, maybe to be now, but it was not her full-time job. Where a lot of the other influencers, this became their full-time job. But anyway, so all that to say is, once I reach 158, I'm not going to go ham and just eat all the things. So we will do what I did then, and we will turn this 12-month gain, or this 12-pound weight loss, into a reverse until we figure out the macros that are best for me. And we will add in the veggies again. So this little weight loss thing that I'm doing right now, and this little tracking, we'll turn this, and together we will call it a reverse dieting, and we will add back foods and add back vegetables and see how I react and everything. So stick around for that part. I know transformation and progress, we've been talking about reverse dieting. So what I did was I took like those videos of when I was maintaining and trying to figure out how, trying to figure out my baseline track calories. I took those and threw them into a reverse dieting playlist. So anyway, so that's the plan. When we get to 158, when we get to 158, we will go ahead and start doing a reverse dieting instead of just throwing all the things in and getting all wild about it. So, all right. So when we get to 158, we're going to start switching over and start adding in some of the veggies and stuff that I was eating before. Because, I'm adding my veggies back. I miss my salads the most. Lord, who am I? Who am I? Old 340-pound Terri she'd be so disappointed. Or so shocked. I don't know what she'd be. All right. Love you all. Again, it's a Sunday. I'm staying home. All right. Bye. Sammy is he's the nanny of the family. He's the central. Everybody goes to him if they have issues. And this one is having some allergies and itching on his face and his ears, and so he comes to Big Brother, who will give him a face washing. I've never had a dog like this dog right here. I'm trying not to say names so I don't interrupt them, but I've never had a dog that attentive and caring about everybody else, like everybody else in the pack. He's just so focused. I swear I will always have some type of pit bull mix in my life. doesn't happen very often. So when it does, I'm always shocked and happy. That's what Ativan. Baxter has half of an Ativan in him. Storms coming and he gets all antsy when I'm home. So anyway, look at him. He's having a good time with his big brother. Get him, Bax. Get him, Bubby. Get him. I forgot to say, I'm also allergic to dust mites. So, like, those are my two allergies, latex and dust mites. So, that room was pretty dusty. So, we're talking in the comments, and yeah, very well could have been the fact that it hasn't been dusted in there since I de-hoarded it. So, it could be the dust, and it could be the latex, or it could be the weather. Either way, I'm bad. I'm okay. I just go through this. It'll be all right. Nothing new to me. I just have to whine about it when it happens. Because in the spring and fall, when the weather goes back and forth, I get this exact same thing. Anyway, I'll tell you what I do wish. I kind of wish it was COVID. And then maybe I would get my sense of taste and smell back. I've had it, I think, 3 times. And so every time I keep thinking like, oh, maybe after it goes away, I'll get my taste and smell back. But no, it hadn't been the case. Not that it's gone. It's just diminished. So I need to be careful what I say. It's not gone, but maybe it will come back to how it used to be, a full taste and smell, instead of just this diminished stuff. Okay, so here's how I've been doing my eggs. I got my cast iron heated up. It's about 370. So then I just one. And I determine the amount of eggs based on the calories that I'm going to have, including my coffee and my lunch and my morning coffee. So anyway, so I got 4 eggs. I'm going to take the lid. I take the lid and I just put a splash of water in it. And I add a little water. Oh, I forgot the salt and pepper. So salt, pepper. All right. Now I cover it. I set the timer for 2 minutes. Sometimes it takes longer, sometimes less. So we'll cover it for 2 minutes and I'll show you whenever it beeps. In the meantime, this is 5 ounces of a ribeye. I cut it into little bites. It's funny, I always take big bites of stuff, but for my breakfast, I like, if I'm having breakfast and it's still early, I like having smaller bites. So I'm gonna microwave this for about 1.5 minutes. I like my eggs over medium, but I don't want to have to flip them. So I learned this method on Cowboy Kent Rollins. If you just cover them with the, oh shoot, hang on, I gotta season my steak. Okay, so by doing it the way I did, by adding water, it just kind of lets them steam. And then I can do this. Honestly, what I do from there is I grab a paper towel and then I take this and I pour the leftover juices and a little bit of that rendered oil, whatever's kind of left in there, and I just pour it into my thing. And I will wipe off the skillet. And there we have it. So let's go in the living room and we'll eat and chat. In the meantime, I'm getting ready to start my week. So I've got 7 eggs in here and they'll steam. And when I hear it squealing from the other room, I'll know to come in and pop them out. I don't peel them until like the night before I take them to work with me. So when they're done, I just plop them into this and pop that in the refrigerator. So that's how I'm doing my boiled eggs. So now let's go eat. I'm pretty stoked about the skate this morning. Wait a minute, what's that? Ziggy, pause. I must have pushed the button. Here I am again. She don't listen to nobody. I must have bumped the play button. Anyway, so this is my breakfast. 4 over medium eggs, and it's 5 ounces of ribeye. So guys, when I track, this is what I've been doing, and I know you all have seen it, but I just want to have this conversation. First off, just to kind of make things better for the next day, what I've been doing is I will take, let's just say, 4 burgers or a ribeye, or and I know I've got that ground beef cooked up too. I'm just not ready to go there yet. But whatever I cook the evening before, I cook double of. I learned that whenever when I was following Diet Doctor. Their website used to be free, and you could actually pick recipes, and it made a plan for you. But you can do your own, and what you do is you figure out what you want to eat for suppers, and you make double of it, and then that is your lunch the next day. So if you're keto, you might say, okay, well, I want to taco bake for supper tonight, and then I'll take the other half tomorrow. Or I want a Greek something tonight, and I'll take the leftovers for tomorrow. You can do that, or you can maybe bake a couple extra of something, and then just kind of rotate them a little differently, whatever works for you. But that's what I learned on Diet Doctor is you make, and their website is pay now, but years ago, I started all this in 2017. And so at that stage, everything was free. People weren't like, oh, let's make money off this. So, because this low carb community and this low carb world was a lot less known back then. So really, they were just trying to get the information to the masses before they started worrying about how to earn money. So anyway, which is fine. That's how life works. I'm not complaining about it. Hang on. But maybe you have a favorite recipe, and maybe you want to do something. Whatever it is, your choice. Make a double serving at lunch. If there's 2 of you all, make 4 servings. At supper. Make double portions at supper. Then the next day you have your lunch ready. So that's what I've been doing. So like this ribeye, I had 10-ounce ribeye last night, and I cooked it, and I put half of it in last night and half for today. So by doing that, I'll be able to look at the next day and kind of control what my lunch is going to look like. So I'll be able to say, okay, well, no, that's 8 ounces, Terri. You ain't taking no eggs to work. Or that's 5 ounces. That's X calories. I will go ahead and take a couple eggs with me to work. So it's all about planning ahead. You've got to know how to plan ahead. So yeah, that's how I do it. I just figure out what my macros are and plug it in for the next day at lunch. And then I have an idea of what my supper is going to be like. So, all right, well, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to eat this and get on to my church because it starts, well, I got 23 minutes, but I'm going to watch church. I'll see y'all later. Bye. Watching church online. If you ever want to see my church, there's a link in the description of all of my videos. So they're rocking it out right now. And the message with Pastor Chris will be in a little bit.
Hey, if you are thankful that you live in a free country, and I know a lot of you are thankful because you've been shooting fireworks off all week, and you kept me up last night. If you're thankful that you live in a free country, and if you're even more grateful, as we took communion today, that you're spiritually free because of the death, burial, and resurrection of Jesus, you are double blessed today. If you're doubly blessed, I believe you can be doubly loud for the next 10 seconds and give God a praise from a group of free people. Amen.
Woo-hoo! Amen, Pastor.
Amen. Oh my goodness, look at the crowd on 4th of July weekend. Would you just go ahead and fist bump a couple of people and say thank you for coming to church on 4th of July weekend, and thank you for you who have tuned in online. And
That's
the
us.
online campus, if you would, download our message notes off of any of our
We're
media
watching
outlets
online
right now.
today.
In-house, grab yours as we'll continue in the series in a moment. Hey, you do know it's Summer Serve, and all this month we're bringing
Alright.
food. I saw
Click the
one
link in the
family,
description.
like 3 members of the family just back to back carrying boxes of food, and one of our parking team greeters was actually carrying one of the boxes in with them. I love that. I'm gonna put you guys on the hospitality team. Let's give it up for those who are already bringing food today. Come on.
All right, let's wrap up the day. I'm going to call this weekend a success. There were times when I didn't want to do, and I did anyway, and I had to gaslight myself to get myself to do everything. The one thing I didn't get done was my car, and I did not go organize my. No. I didn't have to organize Michelle's basement. They were fine, but I didn't dust my precious moments in my hutch back here. There just was no need. I opened the door, it just wasn't dusty at all because the doors are closed. So I didn't do that, and that's okay. It wasn't a need to. All right, so let's hang on here. Let me move this out of the way. There you go. So let's talk about my lupper. So I don't know how to chart them, and I'll figure it out at some next time I make them. I did have 4 of those dehydrated meat jerkies that I made. I had 4 of the thinly sliced ones. So I don't know how to plug it in, but I'm just telling you. So this tracker, or the amount, it's higher. But what I'll do next time when I make it is I will make them if it's for a trip, I'm not going to stress about it. But what I'll do is I'll weigh it all, get the weight beforehand, and then count how many strips are, and then I'll probably need help with the math. But anyway, so supper tonight. I have some more of those chicken tenders. I air fried them, chicken tenders and ribeye. So I air fried them with the ribeye, and then I seared these and the ribeye at the same time. And this is some barbecue sauce, some G-Hughes barbecue sauce. No. Sugar Ray's barbecue sauce, and the G-Hughes teriyaki sauce. I plugged those in. So the Keto Chow chocolate mint chocolate mint. Here's my beef with it. I like chocolate mint. But their chocolate mint tastes like it has dark chocolate. I have never liked dark chocolate or semi-sweet chocolate. I only like the bad for you kind. So that tastes like, this is why I'm not a big fan of it. It tastes like mint and dark chocolate. So it has this bitter taste that I'm not a fan of. So I won't be ordering that anymore. I do like chocolate mint, but it just seems more bitter, like a dark chocolate, than what I remember chocolate mint tasting like in the past. So that's going to be my supper. So let's see. I have, and I got I think this is a root beer Zevia with my electrolytes. You ain't got to use Zevia. You can just clean it up. I'm just doing a dirty version. So I got my Zevia, got my creamy. I'll have the whipped topping later with the dogs. I have 7 ounces of my ribeye steak and 8 ounces of this great value frozen chicken breast tenderloins. Editing Terri, put some of that on your shopping list because you need some more. Then some Ray's no sugar added barbecue sauce and G Hughes teriyaki marinade. So go through this. My morning coffee was 73 calories, 7 protein, 7 total carbs, and 3 fat. My lunch, which was the ribeye and the 4 eggs, and then my afternoon coffee, 692 calories, 52 protein, 7 carbs, and 52 fat. Supper is 880 calories, 111 protein, 12 total carbs, and 44 fat. So for the day, it was 1,645 calories. My goal was 1,620, so I'm only 25 high. Then my protein was 169. Total carbs is 25, and fat is 98.8. So there you go. That is my day of eating and my macros and everything. I'll see you later. Bye. Hey, really quick. I love you and Jesus loves you. Check out my church. It's a very welcoming online community. Bye.